A lot of people wonder, who is the Antichrist mentioned in the Bible? This has been the topic of debate for quite a long time, and a lot of people have their own theories. However, with all of the evidence presented, I'm going to pinpoint who it actually is, and soon you're going to realize that the Antichrist is not distant and far away, but already here on the earth. What's going on, guys? It's Nick Keswani back for another video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel today. Before we get into today's video, if you guys like Christian content, please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel down below if you are new, and turn on my post notifications so you never miss a new video. Without further ado, let's get into it. Throughout history, certain figures have left a lasting legacy of power, rebellion, and mystery. Among them stands Nimrod, the mighty hunter and the king who defied God. But what if this figure, who set the stage for one of the greatest acts of rebellion in human history, is more than just a mere symbol or precursor to the Antichrist? Could Nimrod, the builder of the Tower of Babel, the king of the first global empire, actually be the literal Antichrist foretold in the end of days? In today's investigation, we'll explore a disturbing possibility that connects Nimrod, also known as Gilgamesh in ancient Mesopotamia, to the coming of the Antichrist. As we examine the ancient artifacts uncovered in Iraq, as well as the tomb of Gilgamesh, we'll explore how these discoveries point to a dark resurrection. Could governments with occult knowledge be using witchcraft to revive this dead tyrant as the Antichrist in the last of days? Stay tuned as we uncover ancient prophecies, fallen angel technology, and government secrets to reveal a disturbing truth. To understand how Nimrod could be the Antichrist, we first need to examine his actions in the Bible. He founded the first great empire after the flood and built the Tower of Babel in defiance against God in order to reach the heavens and go to war with him. It was a symbol of rebellion, an attempt to create a one-world government that rejected divine order. This mirrors the coming Antichrist who, in Revelation 13, will unite the nations under a false peace, demand worship, and set the stage for the final rebellion against God. Now let's look at how these ancient prophecies tie into recent events in Iraq. After the 9/11 attacks, the U.S. invasion of Iraq in 2003 was officially justified by the need to eliminate weapons of mass destruction. However, there were other, more secretive motives to this military operation. Motives that may have involved recovery of esoteric relics regarding the Nephilim, like Babylon, Nineveh, and Ur. These cities, known for their ancient pagan worship, are believed to have once housed powerful artifacts, including stargates and other relics associated with the Nephilim. According to some reports during the invasion, the U.S. military actually targeted these ancient sites, possibly in an attempt to recover this forbidden technology. Some of the most important finds were the Sumerian tablets, some of them containing the fragments of the Epic of Gilgamesh, also known as the biblical Nimrod. These artifacts, though looted during the chaos of the invasion, may have contained not only historical records but also knowledge about occult rituals as well as forbidden technology. After the U.S. invasion of the Middle East, reports surfaced that the tomb of Gilgamesh, the Mesopotamian rebrand of biblical Nimrod, was actually located in Iraq. But it wasn't just archaeologists that took note of these findings. In a chilling revelation uncovered from Hillary Clinton's emails, specifically on page 470 of the Department of State's Freedom of Information Act request, a government official sent a very specific inquiry about the resurrection chamber of Gilgamesh. On December 13, 2018, Denitra D. Senegar, a government official, sent an email with the subject requesting documents pertaining to the resurrection chamber of Gilgamesh, the location of his body, and the location of the buried Nephilim. This email confirms that the U.S. government is very well involved with the tomb of Gilgamesh, aka Nimrod. Let's now turn to Revelation 13:3, where the Antichrist is described in great detail. In this verse, it's prophesied that the Antichrist will receive a fatal wound in his head. Yet his wound will be healed and the whole world will marvel at his recovery. Jewish traditions, as recorded in texts like the Talmud, speak of Nimrod's death at the hands of Esau, who shot him with an arrow, dealing him a fatal wound. These ancient Jewish texts suggest that Nimrod's fatal wound could be parallel to the events described in the book of Revelation. If the U.S. government has access to occult rituals and resurrection technology, as well as Nimrod's actual body from his tomb in Iraq, is it possible that they could play a role in bringing Nimrod back to life? It is possible, and at first I thought this was a little bit of a stretch until I did more research about witchcraft and resurrecting dead bodies. Throughout history, various forms of witchcraft and necromancy have been associated with resurrecting the dead. In some traditions like Haitian voodoo, practitioners have the ability to revive corpses and turn them into zombies, mindless beings controlled by dark forces. In ancient necromancy, the dead were often summoned for their wisdom, but in darker practices, it's said that the dead could be reanimated, brought back to life through forbidden rituals. In Jewish folklore, the golem is an artificial being brought to life from merely inanimate matter, often tied to resurrection themes. And in medieval Europe, alchemists and occultists often sought to use potions and rituals to revive the dead. These practices, although condemned by most religions, have existed for centuries. Could the U.S. government, with its vast intelligence apparatus and historical involvement of occult practices, already have the knowledge of such dark rituals? Many experts believe that secretive government agencies have already studied the occult, especially during the Cold War era, where rituals and esoteric knowledge were used to gain an upper hand in geopolitics. The CIA and other agencies have been known known to fund occult research projects, like Project Stargate, which explored psychic phenomena as well as remote viewing. This obsession with the occult and ancient power could explain why the US was so interested in Iraq's historical sites. It's possible that the government already has the knowledge to reanimate the dead, whether through witchcraft, necromancy, or forbidden rituals. This is why they were probably so bent on recovering Gilgamesh's tomb, also known as biblical Nimrod. It could explain how Nimrod could be resurrected and return as the Antichrist, fulfilling the prophecies in the Bible, including Revelation 13:3 regarding his wound and it finally being healed from how he died. Could Nimrod, the king who built the Tower of Babel and whose tomb was uncovered in Iraq, actually be the biblical Antichrist? The pieces of the puzzle are starting to fall in place. From ancient prophecies and lost artifacts to the possible use of occult magic to revive the dead, it seems that the return of Nimrod/Gilgamesh could signal the dawn of the final chapter in human history. As we prepare for the rise of the Antichrist, the ancient world's rebellion towards God may be closer than we think. If you guys made it all the way till the end of the video, I want you to comment down below, these are the end times. If you guys want to financially sow into this ministry, I have an offering link that's in the description, and I have merch you can buy, which is also linked in the description. If you guys want to watch my last video, you can simply click up here, and if you guys want to subscribe to the channel, you can simply click up here. I'll see you guys very soon for another video. I love you guys so much. May God bless all of you in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Take care and peace out.